Oh my goodness, everyone's so quiet. It's so nice. I don't have to get everyone's attention. Hello, and welcome to the 7th installment of 8th grade Class of 2022 Inspiration Speeches. If you are a teacher or a student joining us right here in the gym, or if you're at home watching via YouTube, we are all glad to see you here today. What does a best friend, a babysitter, and a grandmother have in common? I see two things. One, they shape your childhood in many magical ways. And two, they are the topics of our inspiration speeches for today. So sit back, relax, and prepare those questions, and I know you always have good ones, and enjoy the speeches for today. Today, instead of the usual 2 speakers, we have 3. So up first to the podium is a prominent figure in the class of 2022. The larger-than-life personality lights up a room almost as quick as a marquee with her name on it. Her inspiration comes from close to home, which, of course, is where the heart is, with a family member. Without further ado, here is Abbie Criscuolo.
Good afternoon. My name is Abbie Criscuolo, and my inspiration is my grandma. It was the summer of 2018. After discovering my grandma and I's mutual love for theater, my grandma bought us tickets to see Wicked on Broadway. We got off the train and arrived in New York City, 20 blocks away from the theater. We were both hungry and tired, so we started walking in the theater's direction, searching for a restaurant. We came across a sushi restaurant, and since I love sushi, we got a table. I ate some of the best food that day, laughed the hardest with my grandma when some couple ordered everything on the menu and was struggling to fit it all on their small table. And of course, saw one of the best Broadway shows of all time. I had so much fun. Once I got back, I told my mom about our day. She informed me my grandma strongly dislikes sushi and how she was surprised we walked 20 blocks to the theater. I would have never guessed my grandma disliked sushi or that she didn't want to walk so far. She didn't say one complaint the whole day. She's so selfless, and this is just one of the reasons why I love her and why she's my inspiration. She inspires me because she is smart and hardworking, selfless and kind, and lastly, because she is caring and loving. My grandma grew up in Indiana. She grew up on the south side of her town. She was smart and very shy. Her shyness would be a surprise to anyone who knows her today because of her bright, cheerful presence she developed. But her intelligence would not. Growing up, my grandma worked on the school newspaper, yearbooks, and she always had an interest in animals. She did a project on raising chickens, loved her Chihuahua Chico, and overall felt very comfortable with all creatures. After high school, she went to the University of Pennsylvania. Here she got a biology degree, was president of her sorority, and was certified to be a teacher. But after meeting with the head of Johns Hopkins University and getting an interview for the position there, she switched career paths. The man in charge of the university said that was the best interview he ever had. He later became my mom's godfather. My grandma's passion, interest, and thirst for knowledge was clear. She didn't just learn how to be a scientist. She learned how to be the best scientist she could be. After striving to be the best version of herself. Later, she achieved a master's degree in biomechanical engineering at Drexel University, wrote papers on her work in the medical field, and even worked with the federal government. She was willing to learn, to grow, and help others, which leads me to another reason why my grandma inspires me. My grandma has always been willing to help others, and not just within her community. Although she was the president of the Quaker School Board twice and got an award there at the same school for her service, and is a leader at her church, she has always helped many globally. My grandma helped refugees from Hungary and currently trying to help refugees from Afghanistan. She has about 2 Zoom meetings a day to try and get volunteers and to educate them about what they can do to help. I remember the year my grandma and grandpa left to travel countries in Africa. While they were there, they donated chicks to families and met women who would make baskets and beautiful jewelry. My grandma came back with their crafts, and now every year the women send their masterpieces to my grandma, where she sells their work at her church. My grandma sends all the money back to the women. She sends back around $1,000 a year. I also remember at Christmas when all my grandma wanted as a gift were goats. When I asked my mom what we were getting my grandma, I was very confused. Where would they keep the goats? Why would she even want goats? I later discovered the reason she wanted goats was because she was donating them to families. Her selflessness is clear, and something she has taught me is to always think of others first and to go out of your way to help, and to understand that someone doesn't need to ask for help for you to give it anyway. With all my grandma has done, you would think it might be easy to overlook her relationships with others, but it isn't. Something so special about her is that she puts effort into her relationships with friends and family. She's always tried to find time for family. My grandma makes so many special memories with us all. She's usually the one planning the traditions and especially finds time to see old friends. I think we can all imagine how long it's been since my grandma has been in high school, but she's still in contact with her classmates. In the old days, it was difficult to find friends. It was more than just searching on social media for their account and messaging them. My grandma really had to keep or remember their numbers. Now, every month, she will meet with them for a meal and catch up. My grandma is such a special friend and family member because no matter what, she will put in effort towards any relationship. My grandma will always continue to inspire me. I will learn from her hard work, dedication, and motivation and put it towards my education. I will learn from her selflessness, kindness, and thoughtfulness and put it towards strangers and those in need. I will learn from her passion, care, and most importantly, I will learn from the love she gives everyone and put that towards those in my life. I love you, Grammy, and thank you for being such a good role model and for being the person I aspire to be. Thank you. Okay, now I'll take questions. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Oh, the question was if Wicked was my favorite Broadway show I've seen, and yes, probably, because it had a really cool set. Mayan? Yes, I've seen Aladdin, The Lion King, Frozen, and I saw Hamilton, but it was in Philadelphia, so I don't know if that's a Broadway show, but I saw it. I don't know. Andrea? I can't pick one out specifically, but I always enjoyed going places with her. Like when we were little, sometimes we'd have like sleepovers at her house, and I always thought that was really fun, even if I was annoying. But that and just going to see Broadway shows with her. Mrs. Transition? Which of the traits do I most see in I described her as, do I see in myself? I would say I'm kind of hardworking when I want to be, and I have coffee, so I don't know. I guess that is. But the traits I describe her as are, traits I hope to grow into more than of what I see in myself right now. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.